Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, welcome to my channel. My name's Adasa. I make lifetime and nursing related videos because I'm a nursing major. If you like, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below, and if you don't, that's totally fine. I'm just a normal girl doing normal things, and sometimes that can be kind of boring. Well, today is part 2 of the what I wish I knew before nursing school, but VSU specific. The last video was on fundamentals information and what I wish I knew about the fundamentals class. This one is going to be about health assessment. So, the first thing I wish I knew, and I only have 3 things for pharm. I have my notes here, but I only have 3 things for pharm, so I think I might do health assessment and pharm in the same video since I don't have that much for pharm. But let's start with health assessment. So, the first thing for both of these classes, health assessment and pharmacology, that I wish I knew was that I needed my studying because I'm studying differently now for day 2, to be specific to the instructor. Let me explain. So the way I studied was I would write the notes on my PowerPoint. I would listen to the teacher in class, compare in class my notes of what's already in the PowerPoint to what the teacher was saying, which is hard because that usually means I have to pre-read, so I already know what's in the PowerPoint. But for a lot of the PowerPoints, they didn't have them up until right before class or like at midnight or early in the morning the next day before class. So there was no way to get to the library and print, and I didn't have my printer like I do now. So it was like there was no way to pre-read. So I just kind of gave up on that, but it was kind of like comparing what the teacher said to what I knew I had to do for the class. So it was difficult, but if the PowerPoint wasn't set up a specific way, or if the teacher said way more stuff than what she actually put on the paper, it was hard to get all the information I needed. So with health assessment, we had Ms Holmes at the beginning of the class. She talked. She did a great job. She put up the PowerPoints. Whenever she put up the PowerPoints, I could follow her, and I adjusted my study habits to how she taught. I did very good on her test. And then we changed to Ms. Vickers. Ms. Vickers teaches completely differently. And what I did wrong is I tried to just extrapolate and apply how I was studying for Ms. Holmes and toss it over to Ms. Vickers, and everything would be fine. Nothing needed to be adjusted or changed. And that was incorrect, okay? That was completely wrong, okay? So first of all, Miss Vickers, she puts a lot of information in her notes instead of on the actual PowerPoint. So my first step of studying for her class was to open PowerPoint and move all that stuff from the notes and put it on the PowerPoint, because I like to have what I need to study and not have to use my computer anymore. I have to grab one thing, one entire PowerPoint, and that's all I need to study. Currently, like, I have these sheets for med-surg. I grab one sheet, or I got 4 sheets, and that's all I need for one entire topic for med-surg. So that's how I was for J1 too. So I would have to do that, which took 25 minutes in and of itself. And then I would have to take my notes that I did on my PowerPoint and put them on or on my iPad and put them on the PowerPoint. Another 25 minutes gone, and I am still prepping to study. I haven't studied anything yet. I've seen the information. It seems like studying, but no, I'm just prepping to study. And then after I've done all that, I have 10,000 questions, because the way she teaches is very story-based. It's very, do you understand why I'm telling you what I'm telling you? That's how Ms. Vickers teaches. And it gave me an understanding for the type of nurse I wanted to be more than anything else. The way that woman embedded good nursing care into our soul, she was meant to be a health assessment teacher. but the way I took the information in, I would have had to do something different. To this day, I don't know what that would have been, but I would have had to study different because I don't think I did as great on those tests. Don't quote me on that. I don't truly know. I just know it was harder to study for the test, if that makes any sense. Just because it was a completely different teaching style from Ms. Sauls to Ms. Vickers. So, that's one thing that I wish I knew before going into this class, is that we had two different teachers with two completely different study styles. The next thing I wish I knew is that, or I guess I didn't know and didn't do kind of thing. Our head to toe for health assessment at the end of the semester. I should have started my script way earlier. I made a 98 on my head to toe assessment. She couldn't see me when I was doing the dorsopedius pulses on the feet, and that's why she got taken off, because the way the room is set up, you have to make sure that they can see what you're doing to make sure you're doing it right. So that's why I made a 98. I guess I feel like if I would have put more effort into getting that stuff done earlier, I wouldn't have been stressing on it while I was trying to get myself prepared for 2 head seas and 3 finals, if that makes any sense. So I had to rush. I had to like put a last minute schedule into my planner. You guys know I study with Maya now. She had her whole head to toe memorized a week before it was due. So it was like she had her life together, and I wish I was like her. I wish my whole life last semester was with Maya, honestly, because that studying with someone who studied like you, so true, because we study now and it's like night and day when I'm studying, but that's the point. I wish I had set myself up for success a little better, if that makes any sense. And that sounds very weird with the fact that I made a 98, but it is still very true. Lab. So we only have one check off, and what is it? Health assessment. But what I wish I knew is that as we go along in health assessment, everything we do is setting us up for the head to toe. So I wish that I had started from the beginning. Like, as soon as y'all go to your first lab, look at your head to toe script and be like, we need to say this and this in our head to toe. We're learning it today, so I'm gonna say this and this. I'm gonna go ahead and make sure I know this and this. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this out and put it into my script. Like, you can go ahead and do that and start your head to toe script now and already know what you're gonna say. Eventually, down the line, Ms. Vickers, I heard Ms. Holmes did not do this, but Ms. Vickers literally told us exactly every single thing we could say and could not say, or should say and should not say. And then Ms. Vickers let me send my script to her, and she edited my entire script and told me what I needed to add, what I didn't need to say, and it really helped me. That's part of why I made a 98. So it's literally setting you up for success. After vital signs check off, everything in that class is setting you up for your head to toe assessment. You can start your script from the second, first, whatever that lab is after the general assessment, and we ask all those history questions. The lab after that, you can start your head to toe script, and you probably shouldn't. So you can do that, and it can help you. Like, I wish I set myself up for success. It can help you do that. So that's something I wish I knew as well. Quizzes. We have quizzes in this class. And they're not EAQ quizzes. They're separate quizzes that Ms. Sauls makes, and they're about the information. And I didn't do so good on some of them just because I didn't use my resources. It's a quiz. You can use your resources. But I just wish I don't know, not save those questions, but I realized some of those questions I would think about as I was studying, like, oh, this and that, she asked on the quiz, this and that, and she asked on the quiz, and she also asked them on the test. So I wish I had used that more of a study tool as we were going, because I realized how much that was helping me as we went forward in the class. Oh, I saw this, I saw this. The more time you see it, the more likely it's going to be on the exam. So I wish I took more advantage of that, because I just thought they were little quizzes that I should take, make sure I get my A out of it and move on. But I could have used that as a genuine study tool to make sure I'm knowing the information and not just understanding it. Oh, that's everything, because I talked about checkoff. So that's all I have to say about health assessment. Give me 2 seconds. So we're gonna go ahead and also talk about pharm, because I don't have that much on this list. So first thing for pharm is the first thing for health assessment. I wish I knew how different these teachers taught. They give us 2 completely different teachers. I wish I knew that with the life of me, because I was just trying to push how I was studying from one teacher to the other. And yes, that could work for some teachers. I want to make it very clear, I'm not saying these teachers teach bad, because somehow, for some people, it was that they did worse in the beginning of the semester, because the second half of the semester, the way the teacher taught was better. It's better matched their learning style. But for me, that wasn't the case for both classes. Ms. James was our pharmacology teacher in the beginning, and then it changes to Ms. Holmes. So it was just like the way Ms. James, she's very talkative, she's very interactive, she's very, do you understand this? She reminds me of my Spivey, Miss Shaw, Dr. Shaw. She reminds me of her. It just seems like I've been teaching for 5 years, I should be able to explain this 5 different ways. That's how Ms. James teaches. She just constantly, do you understand? No. How can I explain this so you understand? That's how Ms. James teaches. Ms. Holmes is more of a, this is information, this is the information, this is the information, this is the information. Know the information. Do you need any help? Do you know it? Do you have any questions? Do you know it? Class is missed next week. So I taught this last week. Do you know it already? I know you have an exam next week, but the information I taught you last week, you need to know. Know it. It's very intense for me. It's very Black Mama vibes, if you know what that means. It's very, I taught you this, you should know it kind of thing. And that was, I think, intimidating to me. I feel like that's the best word to explain it. And it just, it didn't help me learn the information. It kind of, scared me straight. So, it was more of a trying to internalize the information and get it all in, and then learn it at the speed she wanted me to learn at, and I don't think that helped me very much. But getting the information itself, like I said, they're still amazing teachers. They gave us all the information. It was just that the learning style, I had to adjust my note taking and studying, and I didn't do that at all. I already talked about EAQs and the fundamentals one, so if you guys want to get more information about that, you can go to my last video I posted last week about fundamentals. But the next thing is dosage calc. So we have dosage calc quizzes every week that we don't have a test in the pharmacology class at VSU. So after we learn our first dosage calc information, dosage quiz. If we have an exam the next week, no dosage quiz. Don't have an exam, dosage quiz. Don't have an exam, dosage quiz. Oh, this week we're learning advanced calculations. Dosage quiz on those calculations. Because you have dosage calc quizzes on every single test. So as pharmacology goes along, I'm old. As pharmacology goes along, you're learning a bunch of different drugs, but on every single test you will have dosage calc. So they give you a dosage calc quiz every week so that you make sure you're knowing those dosage calc problems, because like at the beginning of this semester for J2 we had a dosage calc quiz. You had to make an A. If you did not make an A, you had to retake the test. If you did not make an A on the test the second time, then you have to drop the class, and you have to drop med surg, and you have to drop mental health. So it's something they want to drill into our head from the beginning. So I would take advantage of it. I'd say don't just do them to do them to understand the information so that you get these grades you want to get. It is a percentage grade in our overall grade after our weighted exam average. It is a percentage. So take advantage of it and make sure you know the information so that when the next semester comes and you take your dosage calc quiz, it's right there, you know what I'm saying? So it's right at the tip of your head. So take advantage of those. Don't just do them to do them to understand the information. And the last thing I have on here is the HESI, and I talked about that in the fundamentals video that I did last week as well. The main thing is just being upset about it. Like, I don't think it's fair at all whatsoever that we have a percentage grade in our overall grade, not weighted, overall grade, that is not something we can study for at all. Like, I don't understand it. I don't think I'll ever understand it. But it kind of is what it is. So if you want to do extra EAQs just so you get the ball rolling, that'll be totally fine. But if not, get what you get, do your remediation, and that'll be it on that. And this last thing I want to say is for the overall on 3 class, well, not the classes at all, but the program in general. Our program suggests that we do 500 EAQ questions during our first semester of nursing school. So they believe that the more EAQ questions you have, the better you'll do on the NCLEX. I did the 500. I did 516 because, or I thought I did 515, but it was because I asked the person we needed to ask how many questions, confirming that I did the 500 questions, but I had to ask her on a Sunday. So I was like, let me do some extra questions just in case I'm off by a few numbers. But anyway, it was very, I don't want to say scary, but it was very uncomfortable because I was constantly getting questions wrong, and then even when I answered questions and looked up the reasons why and tried to answer another similar question, I was still getting them wrong. So it was a little bit discouraging, but I did do all 500 questions. And then for J2 second semester, they want you to do 1,000 questions. And then our instructor for med-surg made a little schedule. So like 67 a week. I've done that for this week. But it's just to get you used to the NCLEX style questions. So I'm hoping that this semester I become more acquainted with how NCLEX questions are set up as I do these questions, and just try to do my best to do better, because it was so discouraging to me. But these questions are literally questions we've never seen before, or could possibly be questions we've never seen before, and those are the questions I was doing. Don't know why I did that to myself, but I want to try to learn, and it was so discouraging. But I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go. That is everything from fundamentals, health assessment, and pharmacology that I wish I knew or am upset about from my J1 semester here at Valdosta State University. So, as you guys know, my Instagram is down below in the description box. I'm actually starting to meet some of you guys here on campus, and it's so crazy to meet you guys here at VSU and be like, wow, you guys watch my videos. But it's very nice to see you guys. So please remember that you can always DM me on Instagram. My @ is down below in the description. In the comments. You can also tell me if you want to see something specific. And since the last video went out last week and this video went out this week, you guys get a vlog next week. So I'll see you guys next week. Don't know what you guys will see actually, because I don't know when I'm gonna vlog. But I'll see you guys then. You guys have a great week. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.